Is it on? I think it is. 1 second. Oh, why are you lopsided? Oh, why are you lopsided? Oh no. Okay. Please don't fall. Hi kids. We're home. Um. Why do I always scratch my head like that? I just realized. Okay. So we're home, and yeah. Um. Unironically, that was very much needed. The whole trip. I realized. So I'm hoping you guys won't have this growing up, but growing up for me, I was orphaned as a child, right? And when I was adopted, my parents weren't the most emotional kind of people, right? They weren't the show love by showing love, but show love by like buying things type of people. They were materialistic essentially. And I, growing up, didn't really feel loved by anyone, right? I didn't really um, see myself being loved or feeling loved. And as a child, I often like daydreamed, imagined, idealized. I had ideations of like um, dying young or growing up having a child and then dying or um, having a wife and then dying or like getting in a fight with my parents and then I would get in an accident and all of that. And that was in a way to kind of prove to myself that I am loved because as a child that was my only way of like whenever anyone else would get injured, get in an accident, get hurt, everyone would be worried. Everyone would show be more open about their emotions, be more caring. And as a child, that was my go-to ideation because it was a form of, oh, if this happens, I'm loved, right? And as a child, I wanted to be loved, and that was my only like that was the only way I could feel that by daydreaming about that. Um, and it's not the best, but it's a healthy coping mechanism because I never did die just yet. I'm not killing myself, don't worry. But what I'm trying to say is that I didn't realize how much that made me yearn for death, right? For me to pass on so that people would love me. It became a hidden compassion. It became a hidden want, a desire of, oh, this is the greatest form of love. Me dying at the expense to save another and or proving that I care and that they love me, right? So there's in my brain because of all of the childhood ideation, I admittedly have a desire to die young sometimes. And it's not the best. I don't really like it. Um but I realized that like now that I have people that love me and now that I have people who make me feel loved, those two are clashing, right? Because before I never thought about it because it was like before hanging out with my friends, Nicole and Armani, I didn't really openly talk about it, but it was there, and it was it was like a, oh, I know I'm not gonna make it to 30, or oh, I'm not gonna make it to 40 because I'm dying young. I had that hidden belief, right? And maybe I still do. It's not gonna go away just because I like snap of a finger. It's years of conditioning, but I realized that now that I do feel loved, those two, me properly feeling loved and having people that love me and actually go the length and mile for me is clashing with the old ideation of me wanting to die young, because like they want me around, right? They want me to grow old. They don't want me to leave my kids um, to fend on their own, right? And fair. I mean, I don't have to die young. I mean, I don't want to be like, I don't want to be 100 and hurting everywhere, right? But I also don't need to die at 30 or 40 years old. So yeah, and admittedly, I never thought I would make it past 18. I was hoping I would, but I never thought I would. So most of my life is not planned ahead currently, and I'm often always looking behind me to make sure that my past doesn't catch up to me, which in and of itself is a little depressing. Um, but it's understandable. But going back to the whole like conflict, now that I have people who love me, and like I had the realization that I, sure, I know I'm going to pass on, but I'd like to live my life out, and I'd like to see my kids growing up. I'd like to see you guys growing up. I'd like to, I don't know, walk you down the aisle, or see you walk down the aisle. Um, I'd like to. There's so many things I want to do. There's so many things that I want, and the only way to get that is to do it and to continue living on, and having people that love me and feeling loved by them makes the journey all the more easier and worth it.